So I was here assembling the East Oak 44-inch fire pit table. Now this is the white one, and when you see here, you can line up all the sides with the brackets. Relatively easy. They give you all the screws to install. Very easy to put it together. It takes about a little less than an hour, depending on how fast you are and how comfortable you are putting together patio furniture. Now, here is where you put the top where the gas tank goes. This is actually the bottom of the gas tank sits, and it just screws in. You mostly assemble this table upside down, and then you flip it over after it's fully assembled. The next part is these little wireframe crossbars, which help stabilize it, although they are a little flimsy, I thought. And though they create an X and provide some stability, I didn't feel that they were very sturdy. Now, this is the glass top of the fire pit table face down. And one thing you want to know when it first comes, it has the flame array or the fire pit in the wrong position. So you have to unscrew these silver screws, take it off, and then flip it over horizontally and then reassemble it and reattach it. I don't know why they didn't attach, just assemble it in the right position to begin with and why it was shipped that way. But just remember, you have to do that. You have to make sure it's parallel horizontally instead of vertically like that. So here is the bottom now placed on top of the fire pit table top. You see again, you assemble it upside down like I said, screw it in on all four sides, and then you're ready to go and flip the fire pit table over. Once you flip the fire pit table over, you put in the blue cracked glass in the center, and you got the cover for the fire pit. I really like the look of the glass. The glass is blue colored, but it has one mirrored kind of surface side, and so it really amplifies the reflection of the fire and just looks good. And you just kind of scatter around the little flame holes in the pit right there, and it just looks amazing. The cover itself is very lightweight and metal and just easily covers it when you're not using the fire pit, so leaves and debris don't fall inside your fire pit. But here's the way it looks before we put the wind guard on. So the wind guard is optional, but it's definitely recommended if you live in windy areas. So let me tell you about the wind guard. So the wind guard comes with the four plexiglass panels with these little corner brackets, and you just attach them in the bottom on each of the four sides, and then at the top. The bottom ones have these little holes where you put in these rubber pegs, which act as the stands to let it stand on the glass surface. And the wind guard doesn't make it hard or in any way impede you from pulling off the cover for the fire pit. It just works perfectly at preventing too much wind from coming over the surface of the table. So here's those little rubberized feet, so that way the glass doesn't touch the glass, and they do stay put. The rubberized feet prevent it from sliding around too much, but you can position it just right. So here's how it looks. Let's go ahead and give you another angle. Here is where the door opens on the side for where you want to put your gas tank. And again, it uses a standard liquid propane tank. You could use a gas grill tank. And because it is a fire pit and produces a lot of flame, it burns flame at a rate of a little bit more than a gas grill just because it has more holes and produces more flame, but it's comparable to a gas grill. So here's the fire pit at night, and here's how it looks. Really, really love the look of the blue glass, amplifying the reflectiveness of the flames, the blue flames leading into the orange flames. It just provides a nice ambience, nice atmosphere. You could technically roast s'mores on top of this thing if you want to, and just, have your friends around, enjoy the fire pit, warm you up in the winter, have a nice drink. It makes a great patio decoration, great for an outdoor patio display table, great if you're entertaining a crowd. And again, here is the bottom where you would adjust the gas tank itself. It's a little dark, but let me just show you what it looks like when you turn the flame up and down. So turning the flame down, you can see it goes quite a bit lower to where it's almost like candlelight, and then up they go quite a bit. But it is a little windy out. You can see if I didn't have that wind guard, those flames would have probably come out towards the center of the table. So having that wind guard there actually is pretty advantageous, and I'm glad they included the wind guard with it. One thing I will tell you, there's a slight hiss constantly as the gas comes out into the table, so just know it's normal. You'll hear it hissing as it's producing gas. When it turns out, it is extremely hot. You just put the cover on it, let it sit for several hours, but you make sure you put the cover on it because again, you don't want leaves of debris to fall on top of it or fall in the fire pit.